Hello, my name is Peter Parfitt. Welcome to the new Brit workshop. I'm in the middle of building a pedestal desk out of solid American walnut. I've already put some of those videos up on YouTube. You may have seen them. Osmo here in the UK have been following the progress of the desk, and they've said to me, why don't you try our latest product? It's Osmo PolyX, but it's gloss, and it's product code 3011. So they've sent me some, enough to do the desk, should it be good enough. So this is what I'm going to do. I've got two pieces of walnut. I've got a brand new fresh piece which I've sanded down to 240 grit, and I've got this piece which represents the desk as it is now, and the reason for that is I've already applied a thin coat of ordinary PolyX to it, and that's what this has had. So I'm going to try the new PolyX Gloss on both of these, and we'll see how it goes. As with all Osmo products, the instructions are very simple and easy to follow. If you're applying this to flooring, then you sand to between 100 and 150 grit. If you're applying it to furniture, then they recommend between 180 and 240 grit for the sanding. After that, make sure you vacuum everything off well so it's dust free, and then apply 2 very thin coats of the product. And it also says that drying time is between 8 and 10 hours under normal conditions. Now, Osmo recommend that you apply this sparingly and do not put too much on in any single coat. And you'll note that it goes on pretty much the same as ordinary Osmo PolyX, and I'm using a technique which I use for all of the Osmo indoor products. I've put it on with a brush, and then I'm going to finish off with a piece of my workshop paper cloth, and this then ensures that it is quite a thin coat. So there we are. That's my first coat on that piece done. You notice how quick and simple it is. Well, that's one of the reasons why I like the Osmo products. There's no fuss. It's very simple and straightforward. And this is the bare piece of walnut. Same technique. And then finish off with the cloth like so. Right, well, I've put the first coat on and it's been allowed to dry completely. This was the piece that already had one thin coat of ordinary PolyX, and we've put the PolyX Gloss on top. And this was the piece which has only had one thin coat of the new Gloss PolyX. And I don't know if you're able to see with the camera, what I've got here is I've got a little light, and I'm going to hold it up above here, and if I move this you may be able to see the level of shine. I would describe it as a rich satin sheen at the moment on this one, and this one I'd describe it just as a dull, smooth but dull. Okay, so that's only after one coat. We're now going to put the second coat on. Incidentally, when you're opening a tin like this, you do it really, really gently because you don't want to damage the lid in any way whatsoever. And what I do is I try to make sure when I take a lid off that none of the material goes down onto the rim of the lid. I don't want to really get the top all messed up, because then it starts to become dry, and then when you're dipping the brush in you might get little bits of the dried product onto your brush, and so on. It gets and then it gets a little bit messy. Again, same principle as before. I'm going to use my brush to make sure it goes everywhere. We'd then just wipe off with the magic cloth, and you make sure you finish off with the grain. Really important, finish with the grain. So that's that one done. So there we go, we're doing the final rub now. So that's it, we're going to leave those now and we'll come back to them in the morning. I hope you can see that there's a rather nice luster on these two. This is the one which has had just the 2 coats of PolyX Gloss, and this is the one that's had the extra coat by having 1 coat of the ordinary PolyX at the very beginning. I think you'll see that's a rather nice effect there. Really super. And I'll try and create the same here so you can see that that is absolutely super duper. Right, let me show you this desk. Now, it's nearly complete. It's yet to have the leather top put on. Now, years ago, I used to teach people how to go about French polishing. And that would be the finish of choice for me for a piece of furniture like this. Well, it used to be the finish of choice. Let me describe the finish. The finish is a deep luster. It's the sort of finish that you would have if you had French polished the wood and then for several years lovingly wax polished it. So it's not that initial high gloss that you get with brand new French polish, which frankly I don't like. It's that mature look. It's that deep sheen, which really is the look of fairly classy furniture. If you do find yourself having to do a spot repair with PolyX Gloss, it's dead easy. Put a little bit on a rag, rub it in, and then just leave it to dry overnight. Now, I'm really pleased with this desk. In fact, I think it's probably the nicest thing I've ever made. And I'm pleased that I use PolyX Gloss as the finish. It's really, really good. Now remember, if you're using PolyX Gloss, to apply it thinly and evenly, finish going with the grain, and then apply at least 2 coats, leaving plenty of time between the coats to dry. I've used 3 coats on this top edge because it's going to get a lot of wear. So, there it is. My lovely desk, lovely PolyX Gloss. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.